Hey guys, Ranchin here, bringing on yet another game of League of Legends. It's going to be a challenger commentary, of course, on the Oceania server. Hey, wasn't expecting that, were you? Well, I do not bias myself. I go on every server. I put myself out there. I compliment myself too much as well. Anyway, let's go over the teams, shall we? Blue side, we're going to have Glupify playing Ezreal. We're going to have Mazui playing the Lucian, nzblack playing Malzahar, aSpecial playing the Alistar, CCG RYmeister playing the Vi. On the red side, we're going to have AgathaQ playing the Corki, Raoul playing the Galio, Kassadin being played by Badgamelol, LGC Carbon playing the Lucian, and Min Cam 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, who's playing the support brand and doing the thing I love so much, where you pillar of flame people and your passive procs your tribute 3 times. There's nothing quite better as that feeling. Nothing quite as good as that feeling. Seems like I accidentally might have turned on or off the fog of war. Buttons, people. So this is actually going to be interesting lane-wise. We're going to have support brand with the Corki. This is a really good combination, just because you can't really play support brand with anybody you like. Support brand and Corki are an especially good combination because of the burst damage offered by Corki's Phosphorus Bomb and Brand's combo. At level 3, Brand has all 3 of his spells, so he can Conflagration, Seer into Pillar of Flame. Corki, meanwhile, can just get off his Phosphorus Bomb, Gatling Gun, and just auto attack, and people die. They just die, no chance. So it's going to be against a Lucian Alistar, so it's actually going to be quite interesting. Alistar can take a lot of heat, so we're going to see how good that is. We're going to have an 80 Ezreal against the Galio. This is going to be interesting. This is actually almost a counter to Galio, because Galio is the anti-AP. So how do you play against an anti-AP? You don't play an AP. We have another sort of an anti-AP top lane here. Kassadin against Malzahar. This is actually a really fun matchup, I think. Malzahar, a little bit old school, a little bit awesome. Seeing him in the game a little bit more often now, I love it. Now, Mai actually getting caught a little bit out here by Lucian, was trying to prevent her red buff, but she gets her red buff safely. Unfortunately, she's going to have to kill this little minion guy here to actually respawn it because it was way too risky to do that. It seems like she's actually going to go for the wolves that don't do a lot of damage, so she can actually farm them safely and still be fine. Bot lane seems like there's going to be a little bit of pressure being put on. Brand is going to farm himself gold by using his Pillar of Flame, and he has his Seer combos also. He actually do a significant amount of damage. Top lane, this is going to be overall interesting. Kassadin is actually fairly good against Malzahar. He's fairly good against AP because, of course, his Null Sphere actually grants some damage and that shield, so he can actually harass quite a bit. But he has to be careful in not taking the harass from Malzahar, and Malzahar can constantly push due to his summoned Voidling. And they also really help him with the last hit with getting farms, so he's perfectly fine. And of course he can silence, so that's really good. But he expends a lot of mana, but he gets it back due to his passives as he kills things, specifically with his Malefic Visions. They actually give him back some mana when stuff dies and it just goes over. So you can actually sustain himself quite a bit in lane. Lucian going in here, getting himself off. Unfortunately, significant lane advantage here by the red team here bot lane, but unfortunately they can't really take advantage of it because they're pushing all the way to the lane. They had a bit of an advantage there, so if they were gonna go for Lucian, they would have had to do that there, but Lucian is fairly slippery, so you can actually survive just fine. Malzahar, very early back for him, actually getting his spells and popping his teleport right away, deciding, you know what, I just need to go back. I need my mana potion, I want to run out of mana. He got himself a couple Doran's rings, and he just knows his limits, knows what he needs to do. Ezreal here forcing the Galio back already, so he's fine. And I actually quite like this build. I like the fact, I like having 2 AD carries. You know, I actually like this. It's a new strategy. I like the fact that you have AD carries mid again. Because while this is old school, you now do this with the new school AD carries. You do this specifically with Ezreal. It's usually Ezreal that's played in this role because he is really slippery. He has burst and AD. And we're going to see what kind of build he actually goes for. Are you going to go more of a standard AD build or something a little bit different? Top lane seems like there's going to be a gank incoming on this Malzahar. Does have his flash, but he's going to be able to survive. No 6 yet, and unfortunately for him, he's actually going in close. All the spells being used by the Kassadin here. He's going to flash as Lucian went in on him. Misses with his Q, but the slow is going to be enough Sorry, have a nice day. First blood on the Kassadin. He's gonna say thank you for that one. And hopefully for him anyway, manages to just snowball this out of the way. Oof, bit of damage coming here from the Brand as he uses his Pillar of Flame effectively. Trying to get his stun off, but he doesn't seem to be getting the stuns. Unfortunately with Brand, what you want to do is you want to use your configuration into the Seer, into Pillar of Flame as the Alistar actually goes in and forces this. Cool engagement here as the Exhausted being used at the Brand who tried to flash in and kill. Vi gonna go in, they're actually gonna grab the Corki. Corki staying in here, but all the damage, including the Ignite, actually gonna get the kill on the Lucian as well from the Brand. You can't deny his damage, you can't underestimate his damage because his passive with Ignite is just such a strong combo, such a strong kill combination. That's why if you're gonna go support Brand, you should actually go Ignite. You should actually go for a kill lane. You should not go Exhaust. Well, yes, it can be a little bad to not have an Exhaust on your team. You just have to make do, and you just have to get some kills bot. Simple as that. Seems like Lee Sin's gonna go here bot. Middle here. Ezreal is fairly slippery, so it's going to be a little bit dangerous. It's going to be a little bit difficult to get him. He's in a fairly bad position. He's going to instantly Arcane Shift over Ezreal. Going to pop all of his spells. Going to get slowed so heavily. Vi, however, comes into position, forcing the Lee Sin away. They're actually not going to get the kill. True Shot Barrage. Not going to hit him there. So that's not going to be a kill. Forcing the Galio to flash, though, so he's going to say thanks for that. Top lane, see this constant pressure and damage. The tower is going to be taking some damage this entire time, a little bit, eventually at least, but Malzahar just constantly pushing with the Voidlings and with his Malefic Visage. He's actually pops his Nether Grasp as he gets it. Not quite enough damage to kill the Kassadin, but quite enough, possibly enough damage to just force him away. Kassadin gonna go in, and him, does he have the spells? Turn this around, yes he does. The Silence not gonna save the Malzahar. The Kassadin gonna be fine, gonna get himself a second kill here. You can't count out the Malzahar quite yet, but he is going to be a little bit behind. I just noticed that I haven't done this yet because I'm silly. Whoops. Whoops. Oh, look at that. Missing a 3-on-1 kill mid lane as the Ezreal gets finally taken down. Well, with the Brand coming in to support, how are you going to miss that? How are you going to miss that? Excuse me, I'm going to have another sip of my beverage. Have a sip of my beverage as the Corki almost gets killed. Forcing the Brand away. Brand still not going to pop the Seer. No, just going to pop the Pillar of Flame on the Ocean. Is he going to be able to hit the Seer? He doesn't have the time. Nope, misses the Seer, but I think he was a little off time anyway there. Oof, trying to get nice. Getting his conflagration off. Unfortunately missing the Pillar of Flame. That would have been quite possible to kill. The Pillar of Flame probably would have killed him. If not, then his Blaze definitely would. 8% of their maximum health and magic damage over 4 seconds is not a small amount. Not a small amount. Definitely not. It's a very strong passive. Seemingly Galio does have his Chalice of Harmony. It's the standard Galio item. It's the item that allows him, basically magic resist gives him AP, which is great. And this basically makes it so that he can constantly spam his spells. That's what Chalice of Harmony does. He's eventually going to upgrade it into Athene's. But he's really strong. He's just going to be able to resist spells. He's going to want to do that. His Auto Durant combined with Brand's ultimate. Well, Brand is not going to be too strong. They're actually going to engage. He's actually going to use the Auto Durant to try to survive. But I think, unfortunately, the Nether Grasp is going to get him. And we're going to see the Ezreal get the kill. He actually has a Tear of the Goddess alongside a couple of Doran's Blades. We're going to have a blue Ezreal. I actually like blue Ezreal build. It's actually quite interesting. It's like the spammy spellcaster Ezreal. Which is the safe way to play Ezreal. Like, yeah, you want to go in, you want to auto attack, you want to win fights that well as well, but you want to stay at safe range. You want to pop your Mystic shots constantly, and you want to have the mana for it. So this is actually a very interesting Ezreal as well, and I like it. Okay, let's look at some items, shall we? Oof, this Corki being taken so low. It does have a phage component and sheen. Not too many items other than that. Brand is going to use this Pillar of Flame again just to get himself a bit of farm. He does have the Frostfang and a Sightstone, so this is definitely support. Vi here gonna get caught out by Lee Sin and Kassadin. They want this blue buff. They're gonna force him to force Vi to flash, but Lee Sin has none of that. He's gonna go in here, and now we're gonna see the Ezreal gonna try to plop this. Malzahar as well. He's gonna flash over. They're not gonna chase him. They're actually gonna go in and take this blue buff, and of course, the Ezreal gonna be a little bit careful here as this Galio also comes into play. This blue buff is going to be sacrificed and given to the red team at this point in the game. So far, the red team does seem to have a bit of an advantage. Seems like this Kassadin is actually gonna TP here. Bot lane gonna get the not quite. Now gonna get the kill on this Lucian as they're a little bit dead at this point. Trisha Barrage coming out to play as well. Not gonna help too much, unfortunately. Kaz gonna chase down this Alistar. Nice pulverize. Is it gonna be enough? Unfortunately, all the burst of Vi coming in. Meanwhile, on the opposite side, we actually see Ezreal killing the Brand. I think there's gonna be a Rift Walk. There's actually gonna be a flash. There's gonna be a Rift Walk follow up. I do believe there is. He does have it up. He doesn't even need it. He's gonna take the Mystic Shots to the face, but other than that, not too much. I just sometimes see Ezreal Mystic Shots. You just, unless he has Triforce and a crap ton of AD. Yeah, they scale heavy, but their base damage is so low that it just doesn't feel like they do any damage. Like he's almost maxed it, and it's 110% AD, but it's still almost no damage. It's just the way it feels. At least meanwhile here top lane, defending the tower, gonna get caught. Sorry, man. That's gonna be it. I'm not sure whether it was an auto attack or whether it was his nether malefic visions that killed him, but either way, it was one or the other. And every time that stuff happens, Malefic Vision pops a minion, he just gets mana back. And look at that, Malzahar just continues pushing top lane, being safe. It's why he's playing top. Like mid lane Malzahar is more standard, I guess, because he can gank with his Nether Grasp. But he's so strong top because he can continue pushing, and he can just stay really far back and be really safe. I'd say that Malzahar, for AP mages that actually don't have mobility spells, Malzahar and Orianna are probably the safest because they can farm from such a range. Gonna go in on the Corki here, nice stun. They're gonna turn it right around on the Alistar. Is it gonna be enough damage? Cooling Dough is gonna be actually gonna be ultimate popped up. Corki here taking, oof, way too much. Is Brand gonna be able to get his spells off? Lucian gonna come in. I do believe that's gonna be a dead someone. Flash, Aldo of Durant gonna get popped out of it, but I think they're gonna still get a double kill for the red team. They did manage to kill the Corki, but double kill in response. Let's see if they actually push a tower. Top lane, we see that again. Kassadin going in on this Malzahar, but just not enough. Malzahar still doesn't have any big items. Has a bunch of Doran's rings, Sorcerer's Shoes, and an Amp Tome, while Kassadin actually has a Rod of Ages and a Flask. And he's just being forced back constantly. His Q just not enough to save his life. Kassadin very, very powerful, but has to be careful. True Barrage actually going down. Trying to catch someone, I believe. Or actually, maybe not. Just killing the creeps. So it's going to be fun. We'll see whether there's going to be a dive here. Malzahar can actually just take out this tower. Just continue attacking. It's just going to go down really soon. See this Vi coming in. Ulting. Kassadin going to go off. Malefic Visions. Ezreal in position to finish this off. Says, I got it. Don't worry. Jeez. I got this thing. What are you guys all worried about? Everything is fine. As top tower gets taken down, though, we do see that there are 2 towers extra for blue team, and red team is gonna respond by taking the dragon. The bot lane can't really do anything, unfortunately, about this, so they're gonna have to gonna be forced to allow red team to take this, but they might want to back off before they get killed. Brand, let's see the configuration. Nice kick from the Lucian, nice insect. Unfortunately, Lucian is actually gonna be able to back off and culling them and force him back. Alistar, way too tanky to kill. As this is all happening, Galio gets taken down by Ezreal. Ezreal, my man. 4 kills with a phage and a Tear of the Goddess. You mad. You madman. They're gonna be able to take this bot turret. I do believe Alistar gonna headbutt pulverize, pop his ultimate just to kind of force him back. Ultimate from Ezreal gonna come in, not gonna be enough. Vi gonna go in, try. I think they're just gonna give up on his Ezreal. TP coming in from Malzahar as well. He's gonna try to chase down this Ezreal as the Corki gets away. Malzahar gonna say, okay, never mind, we're gonna be able to get that, but hey, let's push in this tower. Their bot tower at only 91 health, so that's really low, but they're not gonna push this too hard. Alistar just utilizing his Triumphant Roar to do as much as he can. Now, unfortunately, we do see this Brand coming out. He's gonna clear this. Brand also, with his Pillar of Flame configuration combo, actually has a significant amount of clearing. Oh, seems like they go on this Ezreal, popping the shield, Galio popping the shield on the Kassadin. But the Ezreal just pops back, works on his Triforce here, and he's just gonna be fairly safe. Really mobile, really safe. Really good in the right hands. A little bit underestimated as an AD carry due to his lack of ability to carry late game, but can put on a significant amount of pressure mid game. And actually love this. I love this mid. I love this AD in the mid-game meta. Even if it's only Ezreal, there are other semi-viable options like Lucian, for instance. Unfortunately, Lucian doesn't have that heavy poke, and if he does poke heavily, he's gonna unfortunately get caught. Bot lane seems like Brand is actually gonna get the kill on the Alistar. The culling comes off from the Lucian, but he's not gonna be able to do anything with it. So that's that. Here on the opposite side, we do see Lee Sin. Ooh, flash! Nice kick from Lee Sin as extra survives. Vi gonna say, oh, you're just gonna kick me straight back to the blue buff? Cheers, I'm just gonna take it then. Thank you very much. Let's look at items. Vi is running Trailblazer Warrior and Merc Treads. Going for a phage here, it seems. On the opposite side, we see that Lee Sin has the same thing, except the Sightstone with standard boots. Sightstone is very standard on Lee Sin just because that's his thing. You can jump around, you know, like the song, jump up, and you get... Alright, I'm stopping now. Top lane, look at this pushing power from Malzahar. He just goes top, he pushes stuff out, he waits until Kassadin comes to say hi. Oh boy, oh, Vi actually gonna get away, gets all his spells on the Kassadin and dies, and just, oh, I'm just gonna go up here and finish. Continue pushing the lane then. I mean, I killed you. Might as well get something out of it, right? And it seems like red team, okay, Lee Sin is going to run out there, is going to try to rotate in time, but that's not going to happen. That's going to be 3 towers for blue team, 2 top towers, and that's the power of Malzahar. He has actually a lot of pushing. Is Brand actually going to go for him? Yeah, might not want him. What does Brand have? Frost Queen's Claim, that is 50 ability power, significant amount of cooldown reduction. He has 83 ability power at this point in total. Not a lot, but you know, his passive and his spells and his ult and his Pyroclasm are still significant spells in fights, especially with someone like Galio on your team. I'm wondering now, blue team actually manages to push anything down. They do have bot tower, but not much else. I'm sorry, whether red team manages to push anything down, because they only have 1 tower so far. They do have the dragon, but just because of the towers, they're actually losing in CS. Kassadin doesn't have that few compared to Malzahar. Like, no lane really lost when you look at it. Like, plenty of CS on many sides. Galio and Ezreal have equal amount of kills, fairly even CS. Bot lane have fairly even CS. Yeah, the supports. Alistar actually has a significant large amount of creep kills, actually. But still, lanes all around went fairly even. Okay, maybe Kassadin kind of won his lane, but he kind of didn't. Now we see here mid lane gonna be engaged. Kassadin gonna go in here with the Galio support. They're all very low, so not much gonna happen. And as I take my eyes off bot lane, there happens action. Their kill now gonna be 3-on-2. Nice culling, forcing them back. Don't think they're gonna dive. They can dive with the Alistar because he does have Unbreakable Will, but don't think they really have to in order to be able to make a play here. Bot lane, mid lane with the Malzahar and the Ezreal. That's going to be yet another dead tower, it seems. I don't think Kassadin's going to be able to do anything. There's going to be an insect actually coming in from the Lee Sin. Nice ultimate, another grasp actually from the Malzahar. Try to survive this, and yet another kick. Malzahar. Vi actually going to get killed here, and Ezreal going to take someone out in response as he dies. They did get the tower. And as this is all happening, Lucian decides, hey, I ain't enjoying that fight. Hey, you guys are all crazy. He's going to take the bottom tower. That's going to be 5 towers for blue team, 1 tower for red team. Despite red team having a dragon, that's not so much. So here, Kassadin seems like he and Lee Sin are actually going to want to come here bot and try to finish something off, but fairly low, so we want to be careful. This is actually interesting. He actually is maxing Force Pulse second. This is a little more like Season 1, Season 2 type of stuff, where you saw Kassadin played as a pure caster. These days, you see him maxing Netherblade a lot more often and going for Lichbane. Because, well, what you want to see with him is you want to see him in prolonged fights, in protracted fights, because he can just Rift Walk around. His Rift Walk does more damage as the fight lasts longer. And you want to also, in fights, as spells are being thrown around, it allows him to use his Force Pulse more often. Because Force Pulse is fully dependent on the amount of spells going around all across the fight, all across the area where he is active. But Nether Pulse is sort of a different build. It's just, in some ways, it's a little bit more bursty. In some ways, it's not. But it allows him also, it's actually a fairly interesting build. It forces him to be a little bit close up in fights. I've actually seen that. It's actually fairly strong as well. It's just, I'm just a little bit surprised. I find it interesting. He's going for Tear of the Goddess, Rod of Ages, standard Kassadin stuff. I just like the fact that Force Pulse is actually being maxed second, as it's just a little bit more old school. But it's just fun. But it's just fun. Triforce ready, and we see a pickaxe. So Tear of the Goddess so far on this Ezreal. They're just gonna easily pop that Galio there. And I like the fact that well, Ezreal mid was just kind of taking mid to just counter this Galio. I mean, what is he gonna do? You can go for an assassin, but why would you go for an assassin when you can just go something like this, where you can take 5 towers because you have so much AD? Ooh, Ezreal gonna get caught. It's gonna arcane shift away. He's among 3 people. Has to be careful. People are attacking the tower. Tower almost going to go. Nice Alistar actually gonna make sure so that Ezreal survives just a little bit longer. He's trying to pop his potions again, actually popping in. Oof, unfortunately, arcane shifted into the Kassadin, trying to help with the kill and didn't manage quite to do that. Crazy amount of fights. Vi also joining in the fight. She's going to chase down. Doesn't have the mana to chase down this Kassadin as this Lucian takes down the brand and the tower goes down as well. I'd say a blue team will take that. And that's my dog snoring, in case you didn't hear it. Or in case you did hear it. At least they know it's just going to chase down this Vi. I do believe, yes. Meanwhile, on the bottom, we do see kills happening as well. And everybody getting away. Is the Malzahar gonna... Oh, not gonna get the Corki, I think. And unfortunately, I'm afraid he's gonna die to the Kassadin. Didn't have his nether grasp there. Or else that might have been yet more kills. Nether grasp is just so good in one-on-one situations because you just pop all of your stuff and just nether grasp. The only thing they can do is stand still and die. Unless they get a QSS, in which case they might actually survive. Okay, so let's talk about the situation a little bit. The situation is thus. Ezreal, Lucian, they have items. Some items, not a ridiculous amount, but they have some items. Manamune and the Trinity Force, which is Manamune, which is like 2 seconds away from being a Muramana. So Ezreal is getting nuts. Let's see, his Q does a significant amount of damage. Malzahar has a Rylai's working on his Rabadons, or Zonias, I think actually maybe Zonias. Alistar, Righteous Warrior, because why not? You want to stay around in fights for a little bit longer. Because he only needs really health and mana, and his ultimate will handle the rest. And the Vi has her Triforce, so she actually does a significant amount of damage. You see actually going to go on her. If Corki didn't follow up, she would instantly be able to just turn around and hit him. And blue team, the big thing, oof, Alistar, my friend. Lucian going to go and jump in. He's going to get turned around and caught. Another guy's going to go down. Vi going to kill him. Now the culling coming out, Dial and Duran not going to save him. Nice ultimate there from Ezreal. Brand going to go down as well. And just the easy mop up as everybody dies. Kassadin. Yeesh. Rift Walk's going to get turned around on and killed. Ace for the Ezreal. Way too greedy trying to catch that Malzahar. And now I do believe that we're going to see these guys push it in mid. So the situation is thus that blue team has 6 towers. Red team has 2. Yes, red team has 2 dragons. But what are 2 dragons when you're pushing in to your when you're constantly being pushed to your base? Look at this. Mid lane shoved. Bot lane, okay, fairly even. Blue top lane seems like a lot of caster minions. A lot of caster minions. If these melee guys live long enough, these caster minions will just destroy everybody else. Because huge round of caster minions, they just do so much damage to the back line. That's just what happens. So it seems like blue team is constantly shoved all lanes, and that's just so much pressure. They have the towers, and that just means they have so much pressure on the map at all times. They're planning vision all around. Actually, it seems like they want to force Baron a little bit here. Kassadin being forced to go top and clear this out, make sure this doesn't become a problem, because it might. Actually doesn't want to use his Force Pulse because he wants to keep it up for fights. And seems now here we have actually 4 members of blue team and Ezreal just following up, going in. He actually has Bilgewater, so he's going to go for Blade of the Ruined King. Crazy damage build. He's going to want to be able to get the auto attacks off his Mystic Shots or to actually do a significant amount of damage. So that's going to be scary. That's going to be just a little bit scary. Triforce. Oof. Yeah, Brand does have Haunting, guys. Doesn't do a lot of damage. He does like sort of like overall protracted damage. Is his passive that does it. Once he has Leandries, he's going to do even a little bit more damage, but still a little bit dangerous. Are the blue team actually going to push this? That's the question. Are they going to force a fight? I'm not sure if they should. Really not sure if they should. They're actually going to back off here, but just going to shove it in. And they could just split. They could just split here. We're going to be seeing here Ping's top lane. I think that Malzahar might actually, people are just going to be, and I think Malzahar might just run top lane, shove it out, push it out, and then TP to fights whenever necessary. Because he can do that. You know, why not when you can? Yep, there you go. Home guards and just wee, wee. Yep, so fast, so fun. Ezreal here by himself. Let's see if he gets caught. Ooh, he has everybody on him. Lucian, when you have Lucian on you, you don't want to have that happening. Ward being put down. Q misses. Ezreal is fine. Vi almost getting caught. She's actually going to take out this pink ward. Is it going to be? Oof, oof, run. Kassadin going to go in, going to slow her down. They have everybody fighting, calling, being pulled off by the Lucian here. That's going to be a 3v4. Alistar is going to force people back as much as he can. The GA being taken out by Lucian. Now, Duran finally coming out trying to force people back. Unfortunately, the kick actually forced Lucian out of the lighter Duran. A little bit misplay there. Nice nether grasp there. Corki actually gonna survive. Ezreal has tried an arcane shift. The mystic shot doesn't quite hit the Corki that unfortunately did not have the ultimate that fight. In fact, just gonna continue chasing. Not gonna be able to get that. Oof, almost gets lasered by that tower, so he's gonna be careful. But while this is happening, blue team is actually gonna take the tower. Oh look, True Shard barraging, missing the platform, but he's gonna be fine. Is Kassadin actually able to go in on this? That's gonna be my question. It seems like Ezreal just wants it to happen. No nether grasp from the Malzahar, so he has to be a little bit careful. Just doing a little bit of extra damage. They want him to back off at this point. Kassadin gonna go in and gonna be forced to instantly back off. So you gotta love about this team is Alistar's ridiculous capacity to just freaking peel. Oof. I think Ezreal's gonna be dead here. He's actually gonna go in and try to kill this Lee Sin. Does indeed sacrifice his life for that, and I think Malzahar might be also dead. One more bomb from Corki. It's a big one. So use the dead. Lucian, what are you doing? What are you doing? Ghost Blades! Trying to get this Corki with Valkyries away, and now he has to run, my friend. Being in that position, it's not gonna happen, I'm afraid. Does actually turn and get the Corki. Wow. Does die for it, but a bit of an insane play. 5k advantage for blue team. Top lane shoved. Mid lane back into the middle, but damage done. Top lane shoved. Dragon taken. Baron open, not warded by anybody. A lot of wards, a lot of defensive wards from red team. You see that? That's just what the pressure does. Vi gonna get taken down on she's top. Vi actually gonna get a double kill. I thought that was actually happening top, but it was in fact bottom, where Vi found Galio and Brand and just said hi. Glupify disconnecting here, unfortunately. I hope he's gonna be back into the game. Hex Drinker for Vi as well. She's actually going fairly heavy on the damage with slight defense, because the opposite side does have a lot of magic damage. That's just the thing. It's so easy for blue team to build defensively, really, when you think about it. Magic damage. Corpse of Galio, magic damage. Corpse of Brand, also out there somewhere, magic damage. Corki, mixed. Yeah, a lot of physical damage, but also a lot of magic damage. Lucian is physical damage, so okay, fine, there you go. But still, so much. Seems like blue teamers are actually going to try to force this Baron. I'm sorry, I'm not sure if they're going to go for it or they're going to just try to force this fight. I'm going to have some water before my throat parches up. Oof, there you go. Yummy. Yummy, yummy H2O. But as I was saying, red team, so many defensive board. Ooh, Lucian going to go in at Nether Grasp over the Baron wall. That's going to be a deadly sin. And that's going to be no smite. So if you want to go for the Baron, now's the time to go for the Baron. Vi is not in position here. See when they're going to start it without her and hope that she comes in time. They are in fact going to start the Baron. Poor little Christmas Baron going to take damage, but she's going to respond, of course. He's going to spit out all sorts of stuff. Red team is centering on them, doing a little bit of damage. Oof. With Lucian being forced back, I think they might actually decide to not. Yes, they are. Then Baron's just going to heal up instantly. And at this point, just not gonna happen. Everybody backing, everybody deciding this is not a good idea. Let's have another day. We'll meet, we'll have a chat, maybe a couple of cocktails, and then we'll talk business, okay? Ezra's actually staying around and just, I think he's queuing this Baron to try to make it deal damage to the enemies around it. Yeah. Being overall annoying. Heavy damage build for him. Triforce, Blade the Ruin King, and more mana. So you can do a lot of damage even in protracted fights. Malzahar are gonna get caught here. Unfortunately, gonna zone yes, but it's not gonna be enough, buddy. And now we're gonna see the Ezreal actually come in response, just waiting on the Ezreal and the Alistar. Let's get I'm sorry, and the Alistar, and the Vi is actually gonna get the double kill here. Blue team double kill. Ezreal also spots the Kassadin and gets the kill. Now we're gonna see the Galio. He's in trouble. Has no flash. Flash is almost up. Doesn't have his Light of Dragon in case he needs to use it for that. Actually gonna turn around, ulted by Vi. He does have the flash. We're gonna see what he decides. Yes, he decides to pop it, but it's gonna be a little bit difficult for him to get out alive, and he doesn't. We see that the Vi has 9 kills and the Ezreal has 12 kills, so a lot of kills. And yet again, as this is all happening, blue team takes advantage and actually get an inhibitor and yet another turret, and that's just going to continue putting on the pressure. Top lane, still no tower being taken, only 2 towers for red team. We see the bottom and mid outer turrets. That's gonna be it. As this is all happening, well, it's just going to take a bit of Baron time. Just, hey, oh well, already has a Malmortius, and Ezreal. Sorry guys, I didn't point it out on the minimap, but as this Baron was being taken, Ezreal actually staying and forcing a red team back. Unfortunately, a lot of blue team members are actually going to be a little bit low. They should beat a little bit faster. Of course, their enhanced recall is actually going to be stronger. Alistar going to just try to prevent all this rapid calling come out. Is this going to be enough? Unfortunately, I do think there are going to be a few deaths. Vi gonna get taken down and shut down by Corki. Now we're gonna see Lucian's go splitting away, but not gonna be enough as the Malzahar gonna get caught. Him and the Alistar actually gonna go onto the tower. Oop, but nah, there are actually a lot of low people here by the red team. Oof, but unfortunately we have Corki's rockets, so he can just, and it's a big one, boom, he can do that, and that's gonna be a kill. And now we have Galio coming in as well. Zonius from Malzahar, but I'm afraid it's not going to survive long enough. The Malefic Vision's unfortunately only going to do enough to actually get the GA off. Lee Sin's just going to be fine. Could have almost gotten a kill on Brand, but not quite enough. Interesting game. Crazy, crazy interesting game. Now we see a Bloodthirster on this Ezreal, a BF Sword on this Ezreal. He's not done. He's not done. I'm going to say hello to this Galio. Hi, Galio. I think we're gonna see a dead Galio. Yeah, just auto attack. Auto attack EQ. Goodbye. Thank you. Come again. So it seems like this Lucian actually wants to give his team a 3rd dragon because they're falling behind in everything else. But Vi's just gonna go in there and just engage on him. She's gonna be fighting 2 people. Actually gonna ult Corki, dunk him, gonna kill him, gonna sacrifice her life. But this might be enough for a team to actually come in and prevent this from happening. Lucian is here. Gonna take a little bit of damage. Woof. Culling coming out from this. Lucian is actually almost gonna get taken out by the Kassadin. He's gonna zone his Alistar coming in here position, and Ezreal coming in, and that's gonna be it. Mystic shotting. Is he gonna ult? Ult? Nope. Never mind. I'm just gonna take the blue buff. Could have ulted. Seems like he wants to save it for fights. Just gonna grab himself this blue buff. You know, not like he has enough cooldown reduction or mana or anything, but why wouldn't you want this? Oof. At this point, his Mystic Shot actually does a fairly decent amount of damage. Okay, here, let's look at how much damage the Nether Grasp does and actually be shocked. That's a lot of damage. Over 1,000 magic damage. Over 2.5 seconds. Let's see here. Barely 2,000, a little over 2,000. 2.5. Barely 2,000. It has a lot of magic resist, but who cares? 2,000. Like, Malzahar can kill everybody with his combo, I think. Maybe not Galio, but still. Let's see this blue team now sieging. Seems like they want to siege. They do have actually a lot of pressure here mid lane because of these super minions, so they're actually going to be forcing red team back a little bit. See if they actually decide to force this or not. Take this tower. Kassadin jump out. That's going to be another grasp on him. That's going to be a... Ooh, Kassadin barely actually managed to survive. Going to turn around and force it. Ultimate comes out from the Brand. As soon as Ezreal enters the fight, people just start dying. Galio dead, double kill on the Ezreal. They're just going to continue chasing Corki and Brand. The only thing they can do, they actually do turn around and respond by killing the Alistar. Triple kill on the Ezreal though. Sorry, quadra kill on the Ezreal as he cleans up. And that's going to be it, guys. That's going to be the game. What else can you say? When you control the map like that, all it was this game is control, control, control. You saw the game, top lane, mid lane, bot lane, shoved the entire time. Constant control of the map by the blue team. And despite the fact that they lost quite a few fights early, they didn't maybe have the best engagements, but the fights were fairly even. But the thing is that blue team just had such a better map position the entire game. Top lane always pushed in, mid lane pushed in, bot lane pushed in. Malzahar just staying top, push it in, coming back, and forcing Kassadin to go out and actually shove it out, either Kassadin or somebody else. So he could just TP or run into fights after he shoved out top lane. They kept up this constant pressure, had a lot of fights early, had a lot of pushed in towers, I meant to say early. And I think by 15 to 20 minutes, they actually had 6 towers down. And so that says something. That's a lot of bonus gold for your team too. And I gotta say, not all of that would have been possible without some good, decent team play. You saw that Vi and Ezreal actually pulled off a lot of interesting plays and did a lot of good stuff. Everybody on the team really pulling their own. So overall, a great game, interesting game. I gotta say, well, nice lineups. I love it when Malzahar, Ezreal mid, Galio, support brand. Love it. Love what this kind of stuff has done. So. Hope you enjoyed this commentary as much as I enjoyed the game, and I make a lot more of these videos. Please check them out. Let me know any other replays you want to see, any other games you want to see. Please like the video if you did in fact like it. Leave me a comment. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. This is you guys ranching out. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.
That's not going to be enough.